It's a real shame to lose what was once your beautiful mane. Seeing how you went from beautiful hairs that flowed all beyond you. Anyway, look. And then you lose all your hair. I'm not going to do anything dramatic or crazy for the introduction. It's a real shame. It fucks up with your head, fucks up with your mentality, makes you feel like shit, makes you want to cry. And I know because I've been suffering it. I've had this insecurity and this actual loss of hair throughout the last couple of years. Of course, I am a young person and nobody wants to see this happening probably at any point of their life, but especially when they are still young. So I did what everybody does nowadays and I went online for some advice to see what was good, what was not. What could I do to battle with this genetics of mine, of my bald ass dad? And that's when I ran into the rabbit hole of hair care routines. About how often you should wash your hair. Only wet it once every week. Use cold water, not warm water. Do this, do that. Don't use shampoo, don't use conditioner. Use this weird soap that was formulated in the caves of Antarctica. If you decide to go down this rabbit hole, thousands of different ideas will overwhelm you. Everybody will claim that this is the correct way of doing it. This is the perfect way of battling with balding. This is how you can have healthier hair. In a space where the attention of the viewer and the report build and all of these things and truly making the person that's watching this right now feel like they are getting something valuable out of the video, nobody wants to admit that they don't have all of the answers. So doing this doesn't really help me very much, but it helps the person watching. So it's the whole purpose of me doing this. I've realized that hair, or hair care rather, has no blueprint. There are hairs that are dry and others that are greasy, that are, generate a lot more natural oils. There are hairs that are more brittle, more curly, the others that are more straight. All of these hairs require a different approach. And not all straight hair requires the same approach. Not all curly hair or greasy or dry requires the same approach. It also depends on your lifestyle. What kind of person do you... we are all different. So if I have a very active lifestyle and you don't, I will sweat a lot more. And because I sweat more grease and debris is going to build up on my scalp. Because of this, I will require to do different things, blah, blah, blah. So you may click on this video hoping to get an answer, and you are going to get an answer. But it won't be an easy one to swallow, and I won't give you the perfect blueprint. I'm going to give you the tools for you to see what your blueprint is. I will reveal how my hair looks later on the video, but let me talk to you about my journey this year where I've done a lot for my hair. And by a lot, I mean a lot of experiments on my own health in the pursuit of truth. So I hope that you can get something from this, which you will 100% do if you listen. So make sure you're not distracted with other things, full screen, and let's go. So the biggest thing and the biggest question for a lot of people that are actually interested in improving their hair health is the big shampoo. Should I use shampoo? Should I not use shampoo? How often? How? Which one? Well, I went one whole year without shampoo. And I learned that we don't actually need shampoo. However, it's very dangerous if you decide to go for this route. You don't need it so long as you do other actions. But just because we don't need shampoo does not mean that shampoo is a bad thing. I wanted to make sure that I reached the 1 year milestone of no shampoo. So I did, last week. And even though I've learned the bad sides of shampoo and how really terrible it is for us, I cannot believe that I'm really saying that I'm glad I'm using shampoo again. Of course, the shampoo that I am using is not as bad as most shampoos that are out there. I made sure that I purchased one which had the minimal amount. There was none that had zero of the bad things, but the minimal amount of bad things. And just I ensure that all of the rest of the things that are in my power, I do well. There are, however, more expensive options that are completely natural, completely healthy that you can get. But I'm not doing that just yet. Now, I could make a case that my hair felt like it became stronger and less of it was falling in the shower. It also became a lot more curly. For the people that say, don't wet your hair, only do it once a week, etc. Look, that depends on whether you have dry hair or not. And also, you need to wet it if you want to get grease off. So if you have a lifestyle that makes you sweat a lot and generate grease in your scalp, you also need to wet it more often. It is better to wet your hair to get rid of grease than to not wet your hair and just leave the grease there molding. The scalp, after all, is the root of your hair. So if the root is spoiled and, a bad land, the rest of the hair is going to grow bad too. It's going to keep falling off. Not using shampoo for a year was not a good thing for me, but it did teach me a lot of things. Whenever I'd wash my hair, I would realize that I actually need to wash my hair properly. I would go through it, I'd scratch a little bit like that, my nails would get full of like this white, like, grease and stuff. It'd be disgusting. I wasn't using shampoo, which gets it off easier, and you just kind of go like that and never pay attention to it. This time I had to pay close attention and use warm water. Because just how when you do the dishes, you need hot water to get rid of the grease and the stickiness that is in the plates, to clean your scalp properly, you need to use warm water to clean it throughout. But you must be careful to not put boiling hot water for a long period of time in your hair. Otherwise, it causes the hair to be more prone to snapping and breakage. It would take way longer, I'd have to go like that, all over my hair. And as I would get out, my hair was unbelievably stiff. Of course, it didn't wash out completely because I'd get it off of here and it gets stuck on the rest of the length of the hair. So I'd get off and my hair looked all weird. I just, it felt like it was very brittle, very delicate, to the point that, a bad sweat like that would be able to tear it off. So I then put some oil, which, was fine, some laurel oil, in order to manage the oil after I had cleansed all of this grease and the new natural oil was forming anew. So though the lack of shampoo for a year was actually bad for me, it made the growth of my hair a lot slower. You will see when I take my beanie off. It taught me a lot about managing the hydration of my hair, as well as managing the grease. If I'd go like that and my nails would be full, I'd say, okay, time to go in the shower for half hour and take it slow and go like this to make sure I don't get a lot of hair out. I just need to do it slowly. Now this week or 2 weeks roughly that I've been using shampoo again, my God, shampoo makes it so much easier and better to get all of this grease off of your hair and actually get rid of it. It won't stay on the rest of your length or whatever. It won't stay stuck anywhere. The foam that is generated from the shampoo is actually some sort of cleanser and method of getting all of the dirt that is in there off. Of course, you can't leave your hair dehydrated, otherwise it will become like brittle and all of these things where it's just very easy to break and fall. So after you apply shampoo, always apply conditioner. Don't apply conditioner to the root because the natural oils should go there. Apply conditioner to the rest of the length. And if your hair is dry, run some water through it. Don't listen to... There's no blueprint. Remember that. So it's whatever you need. If you need your body, but don't become dependent either. If your head is slightly bit greasy, don't obsess over it. Let it become stronger in its own and kind of like play around the time frames where you realize that you need to apply shampoo or water or whatever. But if it feels like it's dry, then run it through some water quickly and then step off. My hair has become a lot more free form after using shampoo, and it's allowed for me to actually have more visible volume. I thought I was having no volume. It's November right now, start of November, and I shaved my head bald in like the start of February. I was getting a little bit like worried. It felt like my hair was growing slower, but in fact it was because the scalp, the root from where the hair grows, I was dropping a lot more hair before when I was not using shampoo, and it was causing a slower growth, of course. I have a jar here of hair that I've dropped in the span of a couple of weeks before I started using shampoo, and I stopped doing it because it made me depressed. But what I have realized is after using shampoo, less hair has been falling. Now I go like this through my hair, slide my fingers through, and it's fine. There's no hair that falls off. When I was on the shampoo, it is true though, that in the shower a lot more hair falls. But if let's say 200 hair falls in the shower, in contrast to 70, 80 hairs that were falling in the shower when I was not using shampoo, throughout the rest of my day, or a couple of days until I have to shower again, wash my hair again, no hair is falling off of my head. Whereas when I was not using shampoo, I'd go like this, hair would fall. I'd go like that with a brush, hair would fall. Lots of it, hundreds of it. Matter of fact, I could go like this almost forever and do it gently, not like a maniac, and I would fill up my desk with hair. It was really sad. I was like shit, is my head even like attached to my hair? And part of this was because of a poor management in the scalp. I was not cleaning it well enough, and you can't really clean it well enough if you're really active like I am and you sweat a lot because of it. A lot of these influencers and people that speak on a camera about it, you can tell that they just don't really sweat as much. They don't do as much activity. The hair is already long. But anyhow, and then there's some things that supposedly work. But I'll compare these things to practicality, because there is the whole like I think it's minoxidil, like an oil that you put on your hair, and you put it in the morning and you put it at night, as well as dermastamping, right? You dermastamp in the places where the hair is falling off or has fallen off, and then you put the oil in afterwards, and it's supposed to work well. The problem with this, we are lazy and inconsistent. So we're going to forget to do it every now and then, and we're not going to be super consistent to the point that it actually makes a difference. In the first place, with dermastamping, I have not seen a lot of results. Neither with putting the minoxidil oil on my hair. And because I was only starting to get the hang of oil management and just overall cleansing of the scalp, this only made the process harder and more confusing. It left my hair on a weird state, especially since I was on the shampoo diet, and I didn't see anything really happening. However, the natural oil, the laurel oil that I was using, felt like it made a difference. It gave like nutrients to my hair, and it made it like, well, it had a bit of a smell, which was unfortunate, but it made it more flowy and it felt healthier. It really did. And surprise, surprise, it's something more natural. Although, you know, ironically, that being said, there is one thing, I think this is finasteride, some pills that I've seen people use, like my uncle, for example, for months and months. It's super easy. You just drop a pill, right, morning and night. Some people just drop one, and that's it. It's good to not let the hair fall off, right? So it's a good way of preserving hair. The dermastamp and the minoxidil is to grow the hair. This is all in a nutshell, essentially. And so if you have bald spots, you pierce through, bam, bam, to restore your hairline or whatever. But I've seen no progress with that. With, however, restoring and making sure no more hair falls off, I've been on these pills again, because I had them but I didn't buy them a second time. I had them and I was using them for a few months. And it's true that throughout those few months, no hair was falling. But maybe it was because I had shorter hair. But now that I have longer hair and no more excuses, I've been using it for about a month straight, and I've noticed a huge reduction in the hair that was falling. Now, again, I don't want to impose. This is a medicine. I'm very skeptical of medicines and all the sort, and it does have side effects. Take it at your own risk, and it may not work for you, but it is for me. What I do think will work for you, though, and what I do like, and what is natural and it's healthy, is the laurel oil. You can buy that and you can use that and that'll be fine. Now, I implore you to take a minute, right? Pause the video now or after the video and think about your hair type. Think about what you can do and what you can't do. And understand that things take time. You may have dry hair or brittle hair or curly hair or straight hair. And you may have a lifestyle that's more athletic, more not athletic. Well, in this case, think about how you need to manage the grease in your hair, how you need to manage how wet or dry your hair is, so whether you need to wash it or not, how you have dry hair as a nature anyway, so you need to add more oil, or whether it's more greasy per nature, so you need to add more shampoo, and actually take action on these things accordingly. Revise the information in this video, which should help you find these answers if you don't have them. No longer look for 10,000 sources. I've kept it simple. There's no blueprint, really. I just told you how you should get your own blueprint. So think about this with either this video, or I've got 2 more videos about the shampoo, more in length, which I really believe are enough. But I mean, I can't force you, so go ahead and watch another 10 videos if you want and not take action. As a last part, and this one will be painful, I don't really think that if it's gone, it can come back with dermastamp and you pierce holes literally in your own flesh, in your own skin, just to then put oils or whatever. Look, it may work, it hasn't for me, but if it's gone and you should accept it. If it's thinning out, I do believe there's still a chance, but if it really is gone, if you can't live without it, get a surgery. If you can't live without it, accept it and just get it all off. Anyway, stop looking for an answer from people online like myself or whatever. because we don't have an answer for you. Everybody's different. In this video, you do have how to create your own blueprint. However, I do believe this video alone would be enough, but if you want some more, then go ahead. I know how much it sucks, so I hope that you can recover your stuff, or you know, whatever your stage you're at. Strive to be 1% better every day. Oh wait, shit, my hair. Damn, bro, I almost scammed you and ended the video without showing you my hair. Anyway, as you can see, it's very like just straight and whatever, in contrast to how curly it had become from the fact that I was on no shampoo. But more importantly, this part here at the front has gained mass. Throughout the entire time that I was growing my hair, it had no mass. I thought to myself, that's it, I'm gonna become like, I don't know if I find a photo, but one of these guys. But now, you know, as you can see, obviously I brushed my hair just now as I took my beanie off. Look, I didn't take any hair off. And there is no hair off. How amazing. If I did that when I was on no shampoo, you bet that shit would be filled and I would contribute to the cause. That shit was disgusting. Anyway, strive to be 1% better every day, and much love.